to tonight's live chat. Yeah, I'm just taking a bit of a break for a little bit, just because I've been running horribly gambling. It's just I just know I have no luck right now at all. So instead of doing casino stream, we'll just have a chat for a bit. I probably won't be too long, but I just thought I'd drop in. There's some videos coming out tomorrow. And Monday as well. So stay tuned for those. Some really crazy ones. I got some Dos Equis actually. Here, check this out. So drinking that. Yeah, I mean, I've been losing like crazy all week, so I just needed to take I just need to take a little. I mean, not a huge break, but just take a breather for a day or so. Yeah, Dos Equis is good, right? I agree. So I didn't really feel like getting Caesars. I didn't really feel like getting a Caesar tonight, so drinking Caesar. Felt like drinking beer. Cleaned out Vegas. Now, I actually had an okay trip. I had an okay trip in Vegas, to be honest. I did okay. But it was up and down. Video poker was fantastic, and so was Wild 5. Yeah, she's actually out. She's cat sitting for a friend. So fortunately, I can't join her because I'm, as you know, those of you who watch the channel, you probably know by now, I'm allergic. I'm super allergic to cats and dogs. So, craps was brutal, even though it's the best odds. The odds don't apply to me. Although I did hit in Vegas, I hit 4 royal flushes, and I hit 4 deuces a lot. There's a crazy deuces wild session that I'm releasing tomorrow. Break is over. Let's get back to where I know, right? Yeah, I'm releasing one tomorrow. So, yeah, cats, dogs, peanuts. $44 of 57. In what game? In blackjack or in something in ultimate? Yeah, I pretty much I always complain about my rate of loss, like my overall gambling luck. Yeah, it's definitely possible to run as bad as I run, but it's not super duper likely, but it happens. I definitely, I would say on Ultimate, even though everyone loves that game, I love that game too. It's a fun game, but on Ultimate, I've definitely done worse than I've never seen anyone do worse than me at Ultimate consistently. Okay, that's the troll saying that's the one troll has been preparing and setting up multiple accounts to have their moment on the chat. That's bullshit, and it's not true. So just ban Victor David in the chat, please. You got him, yeah, exactly. All right. Yeah, I only gamble what I can afford. I only gamble what I can afford to lose, and I pretty much lose it all. I lose it all. I'm not done any favors, to be honest. That's for sure. There's real RTP and then there's Victor RTP, which is even much worse. But anyway, that being said, yeah, that's true. I had a good, I had a nice run. Wild 5 has been my best table game. I've done so. I'm there's no way I'm almost certain I'm significantly up on Wild 5. I have to double check, but I've got to be. Actually, I've got to be up on Wild 5. Especially that's like my favorite side bet. The only side bet that I like better than Wild 5 is possibly the DJ Wild bad beat, because I have lost with quads on DJ Wild at least 6 times, which actually is funny because that pays out like a Wild 5 on the bad beat. Sorry, like that pays out like a royal flush. So if you lose with quads, you get paid royal flush payout. I think 500x losing with quads, and I've done that 6 times when there was no side bet. The side bet for sevens, yeah, blazing sevens, absolutely, yeah. I've never hit like the big one. I've never hit anything huge. But I've definitely hit like sevens a lot. It's happened so many times. Yeah, funny enough, there's a video like if you go back a couple of years where I was streaming Ultimate and I hit a king to the 9 straight flush. That was it. Of course, I got that. Yeah, Jake, you should have been playing. You should have been playing. You should have been playing. What's it called? 3 card. 3 card Ace King Queen of Spades would have been a massive progressive. Not a massive one, like a pretty good one though. The massive one is if you get a 5 card royal. That could be even like 5 card royal in the 6 cards. That could be in the six. I think that could be in the 6 figures for $5, maybe even more. So. Yeah, Doug. Yeah. I think the slots across the board in Vegas have gotten tighter. I'm actually going to put out a video just talking about. I put out a video like saying like have players are players just dumb, or have the casinos gotten greedier? About 6 months ago, maybe a little more. So check that video out. But I'm going to talk about that more actually, because from what I understand, I think apparently now downtown Vegas. Apparently, I saw something. I could be wrong, so don't quote me on this. But the RTP, the payback on slots in downtown Vegas, is actually now less than the Strip, which is crazy if that's the case. Yeah, it could happen. I've never hit the Ace King Queen. I've hit so many straight flushes in 3 card poker, but I've never hit the Ace King Queen of Spades. I've never hit it. Or any, I've never hit any suited Ace King Queen. All right, get rid of that. The same troll, yeah. It's amazing. The guy literally sets up multiple accounts, waiting like it's the highlight of his. What is it? The highlight of his day? I think it's the highlight of his month. Like the guy literally, wow. Anyway, that being said. But no, apparently, yeah, the Strip actually, the payback on the Strip, from what I heard, I could be wrong, on slots is now higher than downtown. So, my favorite, besides online, which I do like, I do enjoy some of the online games. My favorite, I really like playing in Chicago actually at Rivers. I really like that. I do obviously I love playing at Aliante just because of the fact they have, like, not just only, but they have good craps. They have 10x odds. They have Wild 5, of course. So yeah. Reno is also great. I really, yeah, I enjoy playing in Reno, Peppermill. Yeah, I won't play at a 6 to 5 table if I can help it. I mean, never say never, but parlay the profits. Yeah, Jason. I mean, bubble. Yeah, I mean, try playing on a real I mean, they're all obviously it's real craps, but try playing. With 10x odds with the way I play. The potentials. I mean, you could lose. Like I lost my ass like when I on my last Vegas trip, but I did really well the trip before. I think so. I mean, I don't know. I mean, as a Canadian, right? Like, there's casinos everywhere here. There's casinos everywhere in Canada. Canada's like, plus we have tons of online. Online's like ubiquitous. So I don't know. I mean, as a Canadian, like you travel to Vegas. I mean, for us, they're filming friendly and everything like that. So the filming and stuff like that. Plus, there's some games. There's some things about Vegas casinos in the U.S. that I like. But Canadian casinos pretty much have it all, and the dollar is what 35% cheaper. So like. I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to think of, and then plus you have the withhold. If you're a Canadian resident, that automatic 30% withholding, which I know they're raising it to a whopping $2,000. Wow. Thank you. Wow. Thank you so much. Like, you're so generous. You know what I mean? But like, but yeah, like the hand pay. The hand pay threshold is annoying, right? You have the third. I mean, you get your money back, but like I know all about that, but it takes a while. It takes a bit of time. So in Canada, there's no withholding on hand pays. They'll pay you. They're raising it, Matt. They're raising it to 2,000 from what I've heard. That new bill actually. That's another thing that the 90% of losses will really affect. I mean, unless they change it, I'm assuming. I'm assuming that. Yeah, I know, right, Josh? I'm assuming that they will have to change that. I mean, I don't see how they could let that 90% slide. That's kind of ridiculous. I don't. I just don't see how that. I mean, if you're a high limit gambler, how do you deal with that? Also, I don't know what they consider a win, like against a loss. Like, they consider every winning hand a win, every losing hand a loss, and then you generate a handle of like millions of dollars, and then you pay. So yeah, hopefully they change it. I tend to throw, Doug. I throw a lot of fours and tens, Doug, when I play craps, which is great as a pass line player. So I mean, if you throw a lot of fours and tens, pays 2 to 1, you can make a lot of money. So if you're a high limit slot player, I mean, with a 90% write off, you're screwed, pretty much. Right, but you could actually lose. You could actually pay tax on losing money. That's the problem. That's correct. Yeah, that's correct. Well, they don't want 100K. They want 30K. They want 30K. Yeah, a lot of nines. Yeah, yeah, she does actually. I noticed that. I had one video where I threw a ton of nines. Actually, it's funny, but so yeah, they consider they consider you a winner of 100K if you've won zero. So now you're negative 30K on the year. That makes no sense as far as I'm concerned. So exactly. Um, I mean, for the recreational gambler, I guess, who gets a random hand pay here and there, but I actually go through, like, I'll go through the paperwork, and like, claim all my losses, um, and get every penny that I'm owed, if anything's withheld. So, and plus, I keep very close track of my money in, money out, just because, like, I don't want to lose, and then they say, oh, well, prove that you lost, right? And then, like, they think because I generate a massive handle gambling. I don't want them to think that I'm a winner when I'm not. You know what I mean? Because I'm certainly not. Of that, there is no doubt. Well, lucky Mr. B, I would say this. Like, I like to. I'm a huge complainer about a lot of things, but I would imagine now, guys in the chat, correct me if I'm wrong, but I would assume that there are harder jobs in life, in this world. There's harder work than gambling and doing OnlyFans and stuff like that. You know, everyone said I'm broke for what? Since the channel started, everyone said for someone who's broke, sure do gamble a lot of money. I don't know. You must be, he must be a billionaire. You must be a billionaire. It's like in Forrest Gump when he's like, I was sitting next to a millionaire. But I must be chatting. I must be watching a billionaire in the chat. Someone saying that it's someone who think about how much money I've blown gambling. You consider that broke? If that's broke, then like, good for you. That's broke. Doesn't shoot for one day. Yeah, that's true. In and out. Yeah, I'm saying, like, look, every work, all work is hard. Content creation isn't easy. Believe me, it's not like. But I guess at the end of the day, the scheme of things, there's harder things to do than what I do. I lose a lot. I lose quite a lot for what I bet. I lose quite. My. I'm not lucky. I mean, I'm not lucky at all. Like, I'm really not. But maybe that'll change. Who knows? Yeah, when I do these chats, I mean, actually, to be honest, I think I'm a winner this week. Well, I won like 11K across on the two casinos that I'm down 11, 10. I actually broke even this week, to be honest. I just lost like 11K pretty quickly. But I think I might be even, or like down within 1,000. Oh, I had my biggest single gambling win. It was in the six figure, like in the good six figures, like a long time ago, like about maybe 8 years ago, like in the low to mid six figures. I mean, obviously, I gave it all back. I don't have it now. I've dumped it all back, but that was about eight or so years ago. Well, Sarah's actually, she's out cat sitting. No, I'm definitely. I don't promote. I don't promote irresponsible gambling, but I definitely push. I push it. I bet big because it excites me. That's a state of the Vegas economy. That's a discussion, I think, for a video that I could do. But what I'm saying is that there's a lot of competition, right? There's a lot. I'll just say this: when it comes to Vegas and when it comes to, like, slot payouts and comps and all these things, there's a lot of competition across the world, actually, Canada, the U.S., online. So, you got to give people a lot of people. Lost my train of thought. Um, I literally lost my train of thought. Hopefully, I don't. I'm not getting senile. Craziest long shot. I don't think is Vegas the best. In some ways, it is. Some ways, it isn't. Um, but um, biggest long shot ever to hit was a roulette. I did a huge pyramid on roulette, and I hit the number buckshot. Won like won almost basically a six-figure amount on that in a single spin. That was the biggest one. I won big money in the UK one time gambling. Actually, maybe that's a story I'll do for a video. I'll talk about it. I'll tell my story in like a video, maybe a short. But I won, yeah, like a good six figures. Um, I've never won seven figures. I never broken the seven figure seal. It depends. The best odds table game, in my opinion, based on what I've seen, is craps. Um, and and there's one casino that I know in Vegas that pays 20, that has 20 to 1 odds. That's Main Street. Aliante's 10x odds. There's 10x odds is you could find that in Vegas. A lot of cities don't have 10x odds craps. Although Mr. B, I think you told me, Mr. B, that Mississippi has like 500x or unlimited odds craps. If that's the case, I should probably go there and film. But the amount that I've gambled, I expect to eventually hit one. Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, if you could put big money on 100x odds, yeah, I have hobbies. I create OnlyFans content, Doug. Besides besides gambling, and I don't gamble on there. Don't worry. Yeah, let's double check that it's changed. But if that's the case, that's the best. I mean, in my opinion, the best game. Um, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think about like. Um, I would say Reno. I would say what I found is the slots pay. Like I like the payback. Wow, this guy set up like 100 accounts. Ban this guy as well. It's the same guy. It's the same guy. I think about my life all the time, though, and definitely like I do have regrets for sure. I have a lot of regrets. Uh, I do think about my life actually, but you don't have to tell me that. And it does hurt my feelings to you know to realize that yeah I could have done a lot better. But if you're trying to hurt my feelings by making those comments, that's not working. But it's okay. You know I hurt my own feelings by not making some investments that I should have made. Oh, like I should have bought Bitcoin a little earlier. That's my biggest regret in life. That's for sure. But one thing you could always count on with this channel is that it's the real deal. It's the real deal. And I think those who know know. I always like probability and statistics. I do like math. I like calculus. I liked calculus back in the day. But you know, there's some slot channels betting 5,000 a spin. If you could believe that, right? And maybe they'll start doing 1,000,000 a spin. Who knows? Well, guys, been about a half an hour. I just wanted to hop on chat. There's some videos coming in the next couple of days. Stay tuned for those. I have a crazy video coming out tomorrow. I actually went on a crazy run. So, Gator Bill, yeah, we plan on doing that, and we will at some point do it. Yeah, because yeah, MJ, I'm sure he did. I'm sure he did. Sure he did. And yeah, so there's crazy videos coming out tomorrow and the next couple of days. And we'll see you in the next one. Oh, opening a casino, yeah. You know, it was something I wouldn't. Sorry, I sign off. Before I sign off, if I owned a casino, if I ran a casino, it would be awesome. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see you tomorrow, guys. Anyway.